let's talk about all of the beauty products I finished this month. I have no idea how to pronounce this brand. Adwoa? I don't know. This is a blue tansy reparative mask. It wasn't a bad mask, I just didn't love it. I don't think this is necessarily meant for my hair texture. It's a very thick mask, but that being said, I just didn't find it the most like hydrating or transformative mask. I would leave it on for like 5 to 10 minutes and I wouldn't notice a difference. I've even left it on for like a couple of hours in my hair while I go to Pilates, still didn't really notice much of a difference. I also am not a big fan of the scent. I just don't notice the difference between using this and my regular conditioner, so I will not be repurchasing. I finished a Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This is my favorite toner. I've already repurchased it. This is probably like my third or fourth, probably fourth bottle at this point. It has made such a difference in my skin texture, but it's not drying in any way. It's actually very creamy. I absolutely love it and I would definitely recommend. Another hair empty. This is the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Mousse. I've been on the hunt for my favorite mousse and I think this is near the top. My favorite one was discontinued, so I'm kind of trying to find one to replace it. Just within the last year or so, Not Your Mother's has become available in Canada. I get this at Walmart, so it's a really nice affordable option. It gives some pretty good definition and hold to my curls without being too crunchy. I will say there's a fine line that sometimes if you use too much it can get a little crunchy, but otherwise I really enjoyed it. I didn't repurchase it. I'm trying something else, but I would go back to it in the future. We got some of my favorite pimple patches ever, Pure Cosmetic Mighty Patches, and I was definitely having a moment. Over the holidays, I was using this cleanser that was breaking me out, so I stopped, but it took a while for my skin to kind of just settle down. I have both the original and the invisible ones. The invisible ones I like to wear during the day. These ones I like to wear at night. They just do a really good job of sucking all the gunk out of the pimple, kind of taking it from like an ugly whitehead to just a normal like spot. And the invisible ones are pretty invisible. I'm actually wearing one right now here. Can't really see it. Also, the biggest thing is that I'm very bad at picking my face. These are a really good barrier for me from like touching all of the pimples. So finish a bunch of these and I will definitely be repurchasing them. We got a shampoo and conditioner. This is a Pantene Daily Moisture. This is not my normal shampoo and conditioner. My mom offered to pick me up some shampoo, and when I got my hair dyed, I wanted something that was safe for color hair. This is what she picked up. So while it is safe for colored hair, it does have sulfate and silicones, which I tend not to use with my like curly wavy hair. So for that reason, I won't be picking them up again. That being said, they weren't bad. If you like a shampoo that leaves your hair feeling very clean, you'd probably like this one. The scent is very strong, especially with the shampoo. I definitely found it like lingering in my hair afterwards. I won't be repurchasing, but I would recommend these two. They're pretty good, affordable shampoo and conditioners. I have a couple of makeup empties, which is pretty rare. At first, we have a concealer. I've been really trying to kind of like get through some of my concealers because I had quite a bunch. This is a Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. This is supposed to be long lasting, full coverage, lightweight, and a matte finish. I found most of those claims were true, except for I wouldn't say it's very full coverage, more of a medium coverage. I definitely found that I would have some darkness kind of peeking through. I just didn't find it very memorable. Like I said, I have a couple of concealers in my collection and I just never found myself reaching for this one. I just had other ones that I prefer more. So for that reason, I won't be repurchasing it. Let me know if you have any good drugstore concealers, because I try and replace drugstore products with drugstore. I finished a mascara. This is the Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water mascara. This is technically a tubing mascara, and honestly, I've come to realize that tubing mascaras are not my favorite because I usually like to use oil cleansers to remove my makeup. I find that like the tubing mascara and the like oil cleanser don't really like mix, so it doesn't really remove very well. I know technically tubing mascaras are supposed to be very easy to remove. You just use water, but since it doesn't mix with my oil, I'm just not as big of a fan. This mascara specifically is supposed to be lengthening and a curling mascara, and usually I prefer a little bit of volume with it. So I found this just as a good everyday concealer. Didn't make my lashes like very big and anything, just was good for every day. It did have pretty good separation, which is nice. Kind of similar to the concealer. I just found this was like a fine mascara. I would use it, but I never found myself like reaching for it as a favorite. So for that reason, I won't be repurchasing. And we have a setting powder. I've been trying to finish this for so long. This is the Viseart or Viseart. How do you pronounce it? This is their seamless setting powder. It was like pretty good. It was very fine, so it was nice for underneath the eyes. It's a translucent color. While it wasn't necessarily brightening shining. I also didn't find it like yellow underneath my eyes. I did find it had a little bit of a flashback though, which was annoying. I really didn't like the packaging. I found that whenever I was trying to get powder out, it would always end up on the sides. Oh, there's still a little bit left that I can't get out. This is not the most accessible powder to repurchase. I actually got this in a subscription box originally, so I won't be repurchasing. Actually, I've been trying to finish this powder so I can finally justify buying the Huda Beauty powders because I've had too many. So I was like, I have to finish powder before I buy the Huda ones. So I'm very excited about that. This is an LMS Pro Collagen Marine Cream. I've been using the Acne NYC website to try and help me pick out skincare products that don't have a lot of acne causing ingredients in it, and this does not pass the test, so I probably won't repurchase. Even though I didn't have any issues, I'm just trying to avoid products with acne causing stuff in it. This has a really strong scent to it, which I'm always really suspicious with like face products, especially creams that are like staying and sitting on your face. I'm not a big fan of like tubs for moisturizer. I prefer a squeezy tube or a pump. That's just personal preference. The actual cream was like pretty good and lightweight. It wasn't anything like special, and it's also not the most accessible. LMS is kind of hard to find in Canada, so for all of those reasons I won't be repurchasing. This is a cleanser I was talking about that broke me out. This stuff technically passed the acne ingredient test, but personally I find that vitamin E and my skin don't really mesh very well, and I think that's what was causing me to break out. But it's weird because online it doesn't show that it has vitamin E. Like it says vitamin E here, but online it didn't have that, so I don't know why my packaging on the online one is different. Besides the fact that it broke me out, I just wasn't a really big fan because it's like a oil to foam cleanser, and I just found that I had to use so much cleanser when I was washing my face. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this one. This is the Dr. Brandt foaming face cleanser. Didn't work for me. I've used other Dr. Brandt stuff that I liked, but not this one. This is another declutter. This is the Isle of Paradise medium self-tanning drops. As you can see, I have a little bit left, but the color is funky and it smells really bad. This is one of the first self-tanning products that I've ever used. I was really confused when I first started using it why it smelled so bad. I've come to realize that my body just like always reacts and smells whenever I use self-tanners, but this one in particular is a very strong reaction. Also, I just find that I can never get a very seamless application. Whenever I use it, I always have streaks. This was the first one I tried. I've used better stuff since then, so I will be decluttering it and won't be repurchasing. And the final product, this is a retinol. This is the first A Beauty 0.3% retinol complex serum. I'm still very new into my retinol journey. It's hard for me to review it because I don't have anything to compare it to. This was a good one to start off just because it's a lower percentage of retinol, so good to like kind of ease my way into things. I really did like it. The packaging, it's a pump, so it's very nice and easy to use. I like to use retinol for dark spots and fine lines. The fine lines on my forehead, I definitely noticed a difference with this one, but I've got some technic wrinkles, didn't really do much for those, and my dark spots as well. So this is definitely better with like fine lines. If you have sensitive skin or if you're new to retinol, this is a pretty good entry point into it. I have pretty strong skin. I use so much like acne products on it that I think I can withstand something that's a little stronger. So I'm going to test out some other retinols, but I would recommend this one. That's my trash. I actually finished a lot of products this month. Let me know if you've used any of these products in the comments. Let's talk about my February beauty empties. I only have 5 this much, which is way less than the 12 I had last month. I finished both my day and night eye cream, so let's talk about those. I think I got this in my Sephora advent calendar. This is a Algenist Triple Algae Eye Renewal Balm. It was fine, but it was nothing special, and I think any difference with fine lines was due to my retinol evening one than this one, and this is $90 Canadian, so I'm gonna pass on repurchasing this. My evening eye cream was this Nip Plus Fab Retinol Fix Eye Treatment 2%, and I think the retinol in this did help a little bit with my fine lines underneath. I do prefer the packaging of this one over this one. I prefer a little squeezy tube, and because it has a flat bottom, it stands up straight. That being said, from what I can tell, Nip and Fab you can only get on their website, and they charge shipping and expensive duties to come to Canada, so I will be repurchasing this. Another product that's really hard to get in Canada, which I'm so sad about, is this Good Molecules hyaluronic acid. This is my favorite hyaluronic acid. I think it's only like 10 or 15 US, and it's so good. It leaves my skin feeling plump and juicy. I love the packaging. It's glass with a really good dropper. I buy this at Ulta whenever I go to the States. Sadly, I will not be repurchasing it currently, but I definitely would repurchase it again and highly recommend this serum. I finished the lip balm, which is pretty impressive. To be fair, I think this took me over 5 years to finish. This is a Lanolips 101 ointment, and this specifically is a strawberry shade or scent. This is a very thick, almost Vaseline-like texture, and for me, that's just not my favorite type of lip balm texture. So if you like it, then you'll maybe like this, but for me, it's just way too thick. It also has a very artificial strawberry taste, like almost plasticky. Lanolips used to sell at Sephora, but they're not on the Sephora website anymore. So kind of same thing. I think to buy it, you would have to purchase directly from the website. I don't like it, so I'm not going to repurchase it. Finally, we have the Sol de Janeiro Delicia. I think it's Delicia Drench Body Butter. I think this is the newest scent that they launched, and I think it is my favorite besides the original. The notes are vanilla, sandalwood, and orchid, and it just smells so warm, but you got that little bit of like musk and floral that makes it not too sweet. It's definitely thicker compared to some of their other body creams. You gotta like work it into the skin, but because of that, it's very nice and hydrating, especially in the winter. I find Sol de Janeiro scents hit or miss if they linger throughout the day. This one in the original, I do find that it lingers, which I enjoy because I really like the scent, but it's not overpowering. So you can mix it with a different perfume and just have a really nice warm scent. I've already bought another one because, like I said, it's one of my favorites. Those are all the products I finished in February. Let me know if you've tried any of these products and what you thought of them. Let's talk about my March and April product empties, but we're going to be really quick about it because I have a lot of stuff. At first, this is the Aveeno Daily Moisture Hydration Face Cream. I've already used this on my chest and back because it's very acne prone, so I like to use a face cream, and this was amazing. It's affordable at the drugstore. No breakouts, easy to blend. Doesn't really have much of a scent, but that's totally okay. I have already repurchased this. Up next, we have the Caudalie Vena Perfect Radiance Serum. I had a deluxe sample and I liked it so much that I decided to buy the full size version. This is a vitamin C alternative, so if for whatever reason you don't want to use vitamin C, you can use this instead to help with any dark spots or scarring. It did a pretty good job. I have some like really stubborn scarring that didn't really make a difference, but if I had like a fresh scar, it did a really good job with it. I definitely see myself putting this in the rotation of vitamin C that I will repurchase in the future. I had some really bad breakouts in March, so I have 2 of the Hero Cosmetics Medi Patch Originals and 1 of the Invisible. These are my favorite pinball patches. If you watch any of my empties, I've used a bunch of these. They're just really good at sucking out all of the gunk. It helps me not touch my pimple and like pop it and all that stuff. And the Invisible ones are really invisible. You don't really notice when you're wearing them. I have already repurchased these. So during the November Sephora sale, I got this little sample set of the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Body Oil. It's funny because with the original, I always said like, oh, they should come out with a scent, and they did. I've finished 2 of them. This is the Vanilla Vibes and the Bohemian Fig. Even though I finished them, I wouldn't say they're like my favorite scent. The vanilla gives me much more of like a custard. It's almost like a creamy vanilla than a very like sweet vanilla. The Bohemian Fig is just like not my jam. Not that it's a bad scent, but it's just not what I gravitate towards. Honestly, these aren't the cheapest body lotions, and I have just ones that I prefer more, so I won't be repurchasing. I have a perfume empty. This is pretty rare, but honestly, I'm not surprised because vanilla perfumes are some of my favorite. This is the Skylar Vanilla Sky. Whenever I don't know what perfume to wear, I always reach for this. It's a pretty good vanilla. There's definitely a little bit of like caramelized notes to it, but I really do like it. I have already repurchased it. My only one complaint with the Skylar perfumes is that they're not the most long-lasting perfumes, but overall, it's really, really good. My absolute favorite gel got discontinued. This is a Living Proof curl defining gel. Living Proof has like completely revamped their curly hair line, and for some reason I decided to get rid of this. If you have any good lightweight hair gel recommendations, let me know in the comments. Okay, let me explain the random clip and cut at the top. So I was wandering Shoppers and just wanted to try out a new scrub, so I picked up this Formula 10.06. I think that's how the brand is. This random scrub. This is a sweet buff up polishing sugar scrub. Honestly, I'm not really a big fan of it. It's just like wasn't a strong enough exfoliant for me. But also I cut the top because I couldn't get the last of the product. I'm really not a big fan of scrubs in squeezy tubes because I find you can never get all of the stuff out. So I cut the top and scooped out the last of it. It is affordable, but I think there's other good affordable options, so I won't be repurchasing. Okay, up next we have a moisturizer. This is the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm. Honestly, I think I would prefer this more in the summer than when I used it during like the dry winter time. It's moisturizing but not too thick. I have like oily, acne prone skin, so I don't really like a super thick moisturizer. But also I'm not a huge gel person either, so this was a good one. My only thing is I usually prefer a pump or a squeezy tube for a moisturizer over a jar. That's kind of nitpicking. Overall, I enjoyed this. I maybe would repurchase in the future, but I'm not like running out to buy it again. Okay, I have 2 different samples of the Amika Soul Foods Nourishing Mask. First, I'm going to start off by saying that this has silicone in it, and I try to avoid silicone in my hair products, so for that reason alone, I won't be repurchasing it. But also, I just like found it wasn't enough. Like, it felt like it's just a normal conditioner to me. I didn't notice a difference how my hair felt when I used this versus my normal conditioner, and this is a lot more money than my normal conditioner. So also for that reason, I won't be repurchasing. Okay, I finished a hair oil. I don't really hear about this brand online a lot. This is the Maria Nilla hair oil. I think I got this as a gift, but this is the True Soft Argan Oil. I enjoyed it. It wasn't too heavy, but it wasn't too like dry of an oil. You know, sometimes you use a dry oil and you're just like, you did nothing. This was pretty good. I just have a couple of other hair oils kicking around, so I don't need to repurchase one right now. Okay, I have like a deluxe sample of the Clarins Total Eye Lift. It was like fine, like it did a good job, but it wasn't anything special, and it's over $100. So I wouldn't really pay $100 for something that like I didn't notice a difference in between using a more affordable eye cream. Okay, and then we got 2 mascaras. This is a L'Oreal Panorama mascara. I love a good L'Oreal mascara. There's really good volume and separation and not too clumpy. It has decent length and held a curl pretty well, and I definitely would consider picking this up again in the future. Whereas the ABH one, this is lengthening and volumizing mascara. It gives really good length but not really good volume. It's a little bit more clumpy than separation. Also was not very good at holding a curl, which is a really big thing for me. I have pretty long lashes, but they don't hold a curl, so yeah, for that reason I wouldn't be repurchasing. Now onto the stuff I finished in April. That was all March. I finished a lot in March. I have Maui shampoo and conditioner. This is my favorite shampoo and conditioner. It's available at the drugstore. It's sulfate and silicone free. It smells really good. Leaves my hair feeling soft and not weighed down. So that reason I would recommend. We are on a mission to find my favorite retinol, and this isn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad. This is a Murad Resurgence Retinol Resculpt Overnight Treatment. It's mainly the consistency for me. I prefer like a liquidy serum, and this is more like a creamy consistency. I don't know if I'm describing it perfectly. I just found also the smell was a little weird, and the pump was a little bit finicky. So for that reason, it wasn't bad. It like did a good job on my skin, but just like the other things kind of like make me not want to repurchase it. Up next we have the Benefit Professional Super Setter, which if you saw my Sephora haul, I've already repurchased this. This is one of the finest mists that I've ever used besides like the aerosol ones. It's really lightweight but does a really good job of helping my makeup last. It just like softens the skin, and like the look of the powderiness just kind of make everything look very smooth. And yeah, it was really good. I really like it. Okay, then I finished a tin of the Nivea cream. I've honestly had it forever. This isn't my favorite because it's very, very, very thick. And I usually don't really like a very thick body cream. The only place I like to put this on is my feet because it's so thick. I find it's very hydrating and nourishing for my feet. So I like put it on my feet and then put on a pair of socks. But for the rest of my body, that's a little too thick for me. I think I will repurchase it, but I'm going to wait until it's on sale. I'm not like rushing out to buy it. And finally, to finish off, this is my holy grail moisturizer. I have found it. This is my daytime moisturizer. This is a Bioma moisturizing gel cream. This was a repurchase, and I've already gone out and repurchased it. So we're on like 3rd time now that I'm using this. I just struggle to find a moisturizer that ticks all of the boxes, and this finally did. It doesn't have acne causing ingredients, and it doesn't break me out. It's a perfect level of hydration for the daytime where I feel hydrated, but it's not too thick. Works well with makeup. It has a pump. I love a pump. I love this packaging, like pink, and it's sleek, fits well on my shelf, and it's affordable. It's at the drugstore. So yes, if you haven't tried out this moisturizer yet, I definitely would recommend it. Those are all the products I finished in March and April. Let me know if you've tried any of these in the comments. Let's talk all about my May product empties. Starting off with my favorite pimple patches. This is a Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patch Invisible. Really good at getting all the gunk out from a pimple, but it is actually pretty invisible. I highly recommend these. In March and April, I had finished 2 other scents, and now I have these 2 Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Body Butters. I have 2 of the Topless Tangerine because I got one in a gift set and I got one in my Sephora advent calendar. I really do like the formula of these. The scents are pretty unique for an orange scent. I haven't really smelled anything like it. I do have some other orange body lotions, so I'm not in the need for buying more of these, but I do recommend them. I finished this Dew of the Gods X Juicy Couture. This is their Velvet Velour Body Lift Scrub. I don't mind the Dew of the Gods formula. It's not the most like abrasive scrub that I've ever used, but it's not bad. I really do like the scent of this. It is juicy for sure, very fruity, very nice. My only complaint is the packaging. I find this like squeezy packaging means that I can't get all of the product out. Like I feel like there's still stuff in here. Even though I really like the scent, I wouldn't repurchase, also because it's not the most accessible product to repurchase. Moving on to skincare, I've got a first and second cleanser. This makeup remover was the Bioma Melting Balm Cleanser. I really like their moisturizer, so I wanted to try out some other products from them. It's pretty good and effective, doesn't sting my eyes. I will say there was like a weird film on top of the product when I first opened it. That was a little odd. Also, it has a very strong grapeseed oil scent. It's not bad, it's just not my favorite. Overall, I do think this is a good affordable option, but I'm not like running out to purchase it again. I want to try a couple other ones. This Murad Environmental Shield Essential C cleanser was my shower cleanser, so I can't really talk on the vitamin C if it was really effective because I didn't use it every single day. It was pretty good. It left my skin feeling clean but not stripped. Packaging was easy to use. It smelled really good. I usually don't use expensive cleansers in the shower, but I just had this kicking around and I'd rather use it than go out and purchase another one. Either way, it was a good cleanser, but I'm also not running out to go repurchase this. And the other skincare empty I had is a Paula's Choice toner. You guys have seen me use this a bunch of times before. This is like a forever holy grail favorite. This toner just has really cleared my skin texture, so if you are looking for a good toner, highly recommend this one. I've already repurchased it. We have a bunch of hair empties this month. Oh no, this one is skincare. I had it in the wrong pile. This is a MZ Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Serum. I got this in a subscription box. I will not be repurchasing it because I went to go look up how much it is, and it's $200 Canadian. So even though it was a pretty decent hyaluronic acid, I'm not spending $200 to repurchase this. Now onto actual hair care products. This is a Way Detox shampoo. I had heard a lot of really good reviews about it, and for a good reason. I really did enjoy this. It left my hair feeling really clean afterwards, but don't trouble the shampoo. I did that once and then it felt really dry. Just one cleanse is good enough, especially if I've used a lot of hairspray, dry shampoo, or if I was swimming in chlorine. This really helps get everything out. I don't use it very often, maybe like every 2 to 3 weeks, once a month type of thing. That's why this mini bottle lasted me a really long time, like over a year, almost like 2 years. I've already repurchased it because I really did enjoy it. It smells so good. This is the Living Proof Restore Repair leave-in conditioner. I've been wanting to revisit some of my favorite leave-in products to see like, are they actually good now that I've tested a bunch of other ones? And this one definitely is as good as remembered. It smells fantastic, almost like a peppery scent. I really like the pump applicator. It makes it really easy to apply to my hair. I really do like it. I do feel like it helps make a difference with my ends, keeping them healthy, also helping with my curls look good. I definitely would consider repurchasing it again and would recommend this as like, if you're looking for a leave-in, check out this one. Up next, I have Scalp oil. This is a Verb Ghost Exfoliating Scalp Nectar. I'm not very consistent with using this, so it's hard for me to like say if it made a difference in my hair. I will say that the last time I used it, I was having a little bit of like dandruff in my hair, and after using it, it was gone. So I think it's pretty good. I like the packaging. It was really easy to apply. Just like squeeze it out into your hairline, but not like my most favorite scent. It's not bad, but just like not the best, especially since I leave it in my hair for a while. I would consider purchasing it again, but I'm not running out to buy it. This is only my like third hair oil that I've tried. I'm still like testing out the waters. We have a makeup product. This is the Midi Urban Decay All Nighter, the hyaluronic acid and watermelon version. I do think that the formulas are pretty different in between this and the original one. I do see this being like a lot dewier compared to the original. So if that's something that you are looking for, check it out. But if you don't want something dewy, then just stick to the original. I think I like the OG more, but it was still pretty good and I would recommend people trying it out. And finally, we have a deodorant Empty. If people are ever curious what deodorant I use Old Spice. I started using it when I was in high school. All of the lifeguards that I worked with, we always used men's deodorant because it was stronger than women's deodorant, and Old Spice has some nice scents. I've been a diehard Fiji fan, and they have some newer ones that are a lot more unisex. So this one, the Oasis, has vanilla notes, so it was very nice. And I always get the like gel one because then it doesn't leave the like weird white pilling underneath my armpits. So I've already repurchased. I'm an Old Spice girl, and they're also aluminum free. Those are all the products that I finished in May. If you use any of these products, let me know what you thought about them in the comments. Let's talk about my June product empties. Let's start off with hair product. First, we have the Pattern Curl Mousse. I was excited to try this because I'd heard really good stuff about the brand. This mousse is not for me. It's much more like foamy than like a true thick mousse, and for that reason it doesn't give as much definition and hold to the hair. But on the flip side, it's a lot more like lightweight, so you don't have to worry about it weighing down your hair. But this is just really personal preference, so for that reason I won't be repurchasing, but I'm definitely interested in Pattern, especially because I heard all the products smell similar and this smelled really good. I finished the shampoo and conditioner. I don't have the shampoo because I literally have like maybe one more use left, but this is a Maui brand. This is the only shampoo and conditioner I use. This is their Curl Quench coconut oil. It is sulfate, silicone free, really good for curly wavy hair. It's at the drugstore, so it's more affordable. It smells really good. I've already repurchased. And then finally we have a hairspray. I am pretty sure I finished my last hairspray in like November, December, and I had mentioned I had that container of hairspray for 5 years, and then this one we finished in 5 months because my brother has discovered hairspray and he keeps on stealing mine. So clearly my brother rates it well because he uses it every single day. Yeah, I probably will buy this again just because I don't want to have a really expensive product and have him steal it. That being said, the actual product is pretty good. It's not too stiff or anything. It's a pretty fine mist. I'm not really picky when it comes to my hairsprays, but this one is pretty good. The Tresemme Ultra Fine Hairspray, and this is the like 3 out of 5 hold. I got one shower product. This is the Nivea Orange and Avocado Oil Indulgent Body Wash. If you've heard me talk about body wash before, you know I don't like to get really expensive ones because my whole entire thing is that you just wash whatever you're putting on your body down the drain. But I still want a good product. It like suds up really well. It doesn't dry out my skin and smells really good. This is a really good affordable option. I really like the orange scent. It just smells very fresh. I definitely see myself buying this again in the future. Okay, we got 2 skincare products. First is the Ole Hendrickson Banana Bright Vitamin C Serum, and this was really good. I really like the packaging. The pump was very good. Dispensed a really good amount. Smells really good. It absorbs really easily into the skin. It wasn't sticky. I find that sometimes vitamin C's can be sticky, and this did a really good job. I have some like stubborn acne that just like doesn't seem to do anything, but if I had a fresh scar, I really noticed a difference in how quickly it healed when I used it. So I definitely see myself buying this again in the future. This is definitely going to be in the lineup of like vitamin C's that I want to buy and use. This is a Caudalie Grape Water. This is a repurchase. I've like had this a couple times before. This is a really bougie product and I like to use it with my hyaluronic acid. I've like heard that it's really good to use hyaluronic on a wet face. The whole entire idea is that it's drawing hydration from the wetness into your skin. So for that reason, I like to use a fancy water. You can just splash your face, but like I said, I like to be a little bougie. The Caudalie, the Avenue, and the La Roche-Posay are all really good ones. I kind of just like rotate whatever is on sale. I think I got this during a Sephora sale. I definitely would recommend and repurchase. Next up, we got a little perfume mini. This is Skylar Pink Canyon. I've had this little rollerball sample for a while and I've really enjoyed it. I have bought a bigger rollerball. The notes are grapefruit, lemon, and sugar, lily of the valley, magnolia, and terry flower. And the base notes are salt, cedar, musk, and amber. So it's very like citrus, fruity, floral. Then you have that like salt and musk that stops it from being too sweet. I just love it. I feel like I've never really smelled anything like it before. I really do enjoy it. It's a really good daytime perfume, like year round. And yeah, my only complaint is I find that Skylar perfumes aren't the longest lasting. Maybe because they're like a clean beauty perfume. I don't know, but I would recommend smelling it. It's very nice. And then we actually have 4 makeup products for once. Well, actually, do you call lip balm makeup or skincare? That's a good question. This is the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm. I have had it forever. I'm not someone who goes through lip balms quickly, but I think this is my 3rd one. I really do enjoy the formula. They're not necessarily the most like pigmented, but more of like a good day-to-day skincare lip balm. It's more of like a very light wash of color, especially this like mango. I kept this in my skincare drawer, so whenever I wash my face, I always would apply it if I was in the bathroom because it's not too pigmented, so it's good for like when I'm just at home and I'm not wearing makeup or anything like that. I do have some other lip balms kicking around, so I'm not running out to repurchase this, but I definitely would repurchase it again. Like I said, this is the 3rd one. I really do like the Laneige lip formula. We have 2 mascaras that are actually declutters instead of finished, just because I didn't really like them. This is a Polite Society Greatest Lashes of All Time mascara. Yeah, I gave this a fair shot. I used it, I think, for like about 2 months-ish. To be fair, my lash left during that, so it wasn't like a consistent 2 months. It just didn't do it for me. I like volume, but length is very important for me. And this gave me barely any length or held a curl. Instead, it was just volume like right at the base of my lashes. So it almost looked like I was wearing eyeliner instead of mascara. So for that reason, I'm gonna pass. Because, you know, I want it to be that I actually look like I'm wearing mascara at the end of the day. This is a mini of the Benefit Fast mascara, and I had the exact same complaint as the other mascara. It just, this one especially was very volumizing right at the root of the lashes, but there was barely anything at the end of my lashes. So I have very long lashes, but they don't have a curl, so I need something that holds a curl well and is lengthening. So this is kind of more like personal preference for me, not saying that they're really bad mascaras, are just like not what I'm looking for. So that's why I'm decluttering both of them, because I'm not going to keep around mascaras that I don't enjoy. But on the flip side, this is an Empty, and this is like a holy grail product for me. This is a Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. If you guys watch any of my Get Ready With Me's, but especially my concert ones, I'm almost always reaching for this when I want my makeup to last. And I mean like not just like a couple hours during the work day or whatever, but like I need my makeup on my face for like 12 plus hours, really hot and sweaty. This was what I was reaching for. I noticed such a difference in my base. Foundation wasn't rubbing off, but even my like cheek products, like my bronzer, my blush would stay whenever I used this. I do have the e.l.f. dupe, and I don't think it is as good as this one. I also just think there's ingredients difference in between the two, and something in the e.l.f. one just like always breaks me out. So for that reason, I will eventually repurchase it, probably when it goes on sale, because it's not the cheapest, and I do have the e.l.f. one that I kind of want to try and finish up. So yes, I would recommend, I will repurchase, but I'm not like running out to go get it because I have the e.l.f. one and some other primers to finish up. Let me know in the comments if you tried any of these products and what you thought of them. Let's talk about my July empties. Starting with makeup, I have a Benefit Precisely Eyebrow Pencil, the Benefit Brow Pencil, the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, and the NYX are like my 3 favorite. I always have them in my collection. I really like the teeny tiny brow pencils. I've got pretty naturally full brows, a couple of sparse spots I need to fill in, and these are really good. This is a Formula Z Unisexy Setting Mist. What a random name. I got this in a beauty subscription box and I was just trying to finish it up. It was fine. It's supposed to blur the pores and be hydrating. The mister was fine, but it wasn't the most fine if that makes any sense. Like it did the job. Overall, this is not the most accessible brand to get in Canada, so I will not be repurchasing. Okay, do you count lip balms as skincare or makeup? Let me know in the comments. Finish the Summer Fridays. This is the lip butter balm in vanilla. This is my favorite lip balm on the market right now. It's luscious without being too thick. I'm not a huge fan of like super thick lip balms. I like when they have like a little bit of a slide to them still, and this is very shiny as well. It lasts a decent amount of time. Like if I eat and drink, it's still kind of there. I like the vanilla and the clear formula just because I wear this one around the house, so I don't need a colored one, but I would always grab it whenever I'm traveling too. It's a really good one. I already have a mini. I got this in the 2023 Sephora advent calendar, and then they had the mini in the 2024 one, so they've just been supplying me. But if I didn't have the mini, I definitely would go out and purchase a full-size one. Moving on to skincare, we have two cleansers. This is my shower cleanser and this is my everyday cleanser. I just happened to finish both, and I honestly would recommend both of them. So my everyday cleanser was a Youth to the People kale plus green huge spinach superfoods one. It's like a very popular one, and I actually had a second mini. I don't know where it was, but I like had the minis and just like refilled them. Been using this since like November. Like I got it during the Sephora sale, but I've used this a ton of times before. Like this is probably like my third or fourth time repurchasing it. It's a really good cleanser. It does a really good job of like cleaning my skin. Like it sets up really well, but doesn't leave it stripped or dry afterwards. I really like the scent. It's like a piney scent. I really do enjoy the pump and the glass bottle. I decided to change things up and I bought a different cleanser, but I definitely see myself going back to this one and would recommend. And then this was my other cleanser, my shower one, and actually my brother absolutely loved this. He asked me if I could repurchase it. I said, if you want to spend the money, you can. I'm probably gonna wait until it goes on sale before I repurchase it, just because in the shower I tend not to want to use something really expensive. I mean, I think this is like $30, so it's not that bad. But yeah, it has a really nice consistency as well. Sets up really well. It's not as strong. It doesn't have like the same active ingredients as some of the other cleansers I like to use. So if you're more like normal combo, you would probably really like this as your like everyday cleanser. We've got tons of skincare. Moving on, we had my hyaluronic acid that I was using. This was the CeraVe hyaluronic acid serum. We love an affordable option, but this is just not like the consistency that I prefer. I wouldn't say it's like a thin serum. It's almost thicker like a cream. So I think if you have drier skin, you'll probably really like this formula. But for me, I just like something a little thinner. While I recommend it, I won't be repurchasing it. Another serum. This is a Drunk Elephant TLC Bamboos Glycolic Night Serum. I am just not a big glycolic acid person. I've used it a couple different times and I just don't really notice a difference with my skin. So I prefer lactic acid over glycolic acid. So yeah, for that reason, I'm just not gonna repurchase it. Now we have a retinol. This is the Coco Kine Beginner Retinol, and I do think this is available at the drugstore. We love an affordable skincare moment, and I do think this is a really good beginner retinol if you're someone new to it and you don't want to invest in something really expensive and you want to get started. This is a good one. At this point, I've used enough retinols. I think I need something a little bit stronger. It wasn't bad. I just like found that it wasn't doing enough. I didn't see enough results for me to want to buy this again. Would recommend, won't be repurchasing. Okay, and now we have an exfoliator. Literally like my whole entire routine I finished in July. I like a good physical exfoliator, and then I go in with like a more chemical one as like a 1-2 punch. This is the Radial Vitamin C Papaya Enzyme Scrub. My biggest thing is that I just found it was really hard to get the physical exfoliant off of my face. Like after I would rinse my face and then put on my serums, I could still feel like the little beads around my face, which I just find really annoying. It did leave my face feeling smooth afterwards, and it has a really nice citrusy scent. I don't know where you would buy this. I got it in a beauty subscription box, and I'm always mindful of like how accessible products are, because let's be real, I live in Canada. I don't want to pay tariffs on things. For me, I really like if I can buy it at Shoppers or Sephora, and it's not at either of those places, so for that reason I won't be repurchasing. Okay, and then we have two moisturizers, my day and my night one. Let me get the actual packaging for my night one. This is a Glow Recipe Cloudberry Bright Moisturizer Cream, and it's refillable, so I was able to just like pop this out and put a new one in. So as you can tell, I really liked it because I've already refilled it. Want something that's hydrating but not too thick, especially for a night cream. And my other big thing is I don't want something that has vitamin E in it, or tocopherol. That's the ingredient for vitamin E, because it breaks me out. I've used it a couple of different times. Every single time that a moisturizer has a high amount of vitamin E, breaks me out. And it's really hard to find nighttime creams without vitamin E. So this is the one. This is the solution for me. It has a perfect amount of hydration without being too thick. I really like the packaging. It smells really nice as well. At this point, I'm like, I'm just gonna repurchase it. I have enough other products in my routine that I'm like changing, so I just went with the same moisturizer and I'm really enjoying it. And then same with my daytime one. This is a repurchase. Actually, back in April I finished this and then I repurchased it again. I want something hydrating but not too thick, that doesn't brick me out. I also love this because it has a pump and really sleek packaging, and it's affordable at the drugstore. So yes, I've already repurchased it. Final skincare, we finished a box of Mighty Patches. My skin has actually been pretty good the past couple of months. I think I've kind of like found products that I liked, but I still have gone through a couple of these. The Mighty Patches are my favorite ones. Both the invisible and the original one, and the invisible ones really are invisible. I wear them and you don't really notice. So yeah, if you want good pimple patches, check these out. And the final product is a body lotion. This is a Franken Body Smoothing AHA body lotion. I don't think I like body lotions with AHA. This is the second or third one now that I have, and I just find they smell very medicinal. Like, I don't know, I can like smell the active ingredients. It almost reminds me of like a medicated balm, like a Tiger Balm or like a Voltaren or something, how it has a medicated scent. I found this is pretty similar. And me and body lotions, I like body lotions that smell really good. So for that reason, I never reach for this. I also am not someone who deals with a lot of like strawberry skin or ingrown hairs. I don't necessarily need the active ingredients in my body lotion. Just like exfoliating with a scrub in the shower is good enough for me. For that reason, I will not be repurchasing. That was a lot of product for July. Let me know in the comments if you tried any of these products before and what you thought about them. Let's go through my August empties. Compared to last month, I have way less. First up, we have Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This is my third bottle of the year. I finished one in January and in May, and I've already repurchased it. It's my holy grail toner at this point. It makes such a difference in the texture of my skin. I just absolutely love it and will continue to repurchase it. Okay, we got two hair empties. This is the Briogeo Curl Charisma Rice Amino plus Quinoa Frizz Control Gel. My favorite gel was discontinued again, so I'm on the hunt once again for another gel. I'm very picky about my gels because I want something that has really good hold but also isn't too heavy or too crunchy, since I have more like wavy curls. I like this. It wasn't necessarily my favorite. It definitely was a little on the crunchier side. Once I gave it a good scrunch, it was totally fine though, and it had pretty good hold. The packaging was easy to use. I like a good squeezy tube and it smelled really nice. I want to keep on testing out a couple more gels, but this is definitely a contender for my new favorite. Once again, my brother has discovered a hair product of mine and loved and used it up. This is a Kirsten S, that's how you say it, Style Reviving Brunette Dry Shampoo. My brother has fallen in love with it because it has the brown instead of like the white cast. So he likes to use it in his some of more like sparse areas to kind of help his thinning hairs. Sorry for calling you out there, bro, but that is why he likes it. I personally am not a big fan of it because I find that the brunette cast really like stays, it doesn't fade. So whenever I like touch my scalp or like brush my hair, I get like brown stuff all over the place. But as like a dry shampoo, it was pretty good. It gave some pretty good like grip to the hair. So if you're looking for a dry shampoo to use to help like style, I think this would be really good. I actually bought the non-brunette version because I wanted to try it out, see what I thought of it. Jokes, I have one more hair product. This is a Raw Sugar Healing Power Hair Mask. I'm also on the hunt for a really good hair mask. I just find that a lot of them basically just act like a conditioner, and I'm like, why am I using something different? You're not doing anything better or special compared to my regular conditioner that's cheaper. This one I got at Shoppers, so it's definitely on the more affordable side, which I like and appreciate. It does the job of leaving my hair feeling soft and hydrated. I really do like the smell. This also comes with a decent amount of product. It lasts me a really long time. I still can't necessarily say if it does anything more than my normal conditioner, but because of the affordable price point, I've just decided to repurchase it. But I definitely want to try out some more hair masks. So let me know your favorite in the comments. I specifically am looking for sulfate and silicone free hair masks. I find it's really hard to find really good silicone free hair masks. So let me know if you have any recommendations in the comments. Okay, two like body products. This is the Gillette Satin Care Sensitive Skin Shaving Gel. I love using a shaving cream to shave my legs. I've been doing it, started in university, so quite a while I've been doing it. I am not picky about my shaving gels though. I just get whatever is on sale at the drugstore. I haven't noticed a difference in between the different ones that I've used, but I have noticed a difference shaving my legs not with shaving gel and with shaving gel, and I don't find that using conditioner is as good. I just like using a gel because it just helps the razor glide easier, helps me keep track of where I've shaved, and it just really helps reduce any like razor bumps that I have. So this is the one that I finished, and I'm just gonna repurchase whatever is on sale. Next we have a sunscreen. This is a Hawaiian Tropic Sheer Touch Ultra Radiance SPF 30, and this is my favorite sunscreen. I'm a big Hawaiian Tropic fan. I always like to use their stuff. To me, the scent is just so nostalgic. Like, it doesn't feel like summer if I'm not using Hawaiian Tropic. And I also really like their Sheer Touch range. It's the one that has like a little bit of sparkle in it, so if you don't like that, obviously you won't like this, but I really like it. It just looks really nice on the skin. I like these mini bottles for traveling because they are under 100 mils, but I do prefer using the spray the majority of the time. But yeah, either the spray version or the cream version, I like both. And finally, we have one Makeup Empty. This is the mini one size Until Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray. If you've watched any of my get ready videos, but especially the ones where I'm going to like concerts or out full days, you always see me use this. It really does make a difference in helping my makeup stay on longer. Like, I do notice a difference when I use this versus when I don't use this setting spray. I generally like to use another setting spray before, just because I find that it doesn't necessarily melt the powders into my face or anything. It just kind of like locks everything in. So I usually use another setting spray first, kind of make sure that everything looks good, and then I go in with this to seal it. My only complaint is I don't really like the scent, and because it's an aerosol, it kind of really gets in the air. So if you've seen some of my videos, I always have to hold my breath and kind of like breathe out after spraying it, but the aerosol does make it really easy to like spray all over your face. I've already repurchased and upgraded to the big can, though I do think I might eventually get another mini because I really do like having this when I travel. Those are all my August empties. Let me know if you've tried any of these products in the comments. Let's go through my September empties. First things first, it was not a good month for my skin. I finished 2 Muddy Patch Invisibles, and honestly, I think the only reason why I didn't finish a regular one is because it was a jumbo pack. These are by far my favorite pimple patches. They just get all of the gunk out. I do find the invisible ones are pretty invisible, and I've just bought them so many times. I will continue to use and repurchase them. We got a lot of hair empties, so let's talk about that next. First, I finished one of my Maui conditioners, and honestly, my shampoo is not that far along. It'll probably be in my October empties. This is the 3rd set I've finished so far this year. It's my favorite drugstore curly approved shampoo and conditioner. It's sulfate and silicone free, very hydrating for my hair, and it's affordable and it smells good. So I absolutely love it. I have already repurchased this. And then basically we've got a curly hair routine right here. We have leave-in mousse and gel. This was a leave-in. This is a Way leave-in conditioner, and this was in their limited edition St. Bart scent, which smelled amazing. I was retesting some of my favorite leave-in conditioners because it's been a while since I used it. This was a pretty decent leave-in. It's comparable to some of my other favorites. My one thing is I'm not a big fan of the package. It's like a spray, but I find sometimes the spray can get clogged. It's just not the most effective spray that I've ever used. I think in comparison to this Way and the Living Proof leave-in, I think I like the Living Proof one just a little bit more than this one. Next we have a mousse. This is a Kristen S Instant Lift Volumizing Mousse. I'm on the hunt for my favorite mousse. And this was pretty good, but not like wow amazing. It gave pretty good definition, but for like a volumizing mousse, it really didn't give me that much volume. It's a good affordable option, though. If you want to go affordable, I think the Not Your Mother's mousse is better than this one. So for that reason, I won't repurchase. Finally, for hair care stuff, this is a deluxe sample of the pattern Curl Gel. This is specifically the Palo Santo scent, but it's the same as their normal one. And I'm very happy that I got this deluxe sample because I was interested in trying the gel. So I was able to like really test it out, and I decided that this is not for me. And it's really a personal preference. This is more of like a gel cream than your traditional gel. So I think if you're looking for something that is hydrating and doesn't have as much hold, then you would really like it. But for me personally, I just need something with a little bit more hold than this provides. I find usually by the 2nd day, my curls were kind of like limp and basically straight. It smells really good. The Palo Santo scent was very nice. So far, I've tried 2 different powder products. I'm finding that they're good, but just not for my hair texture. Okay, going back to skin, we got 3 products. This is more of a declutter than an empty, though I've used a decent amount of it, but I hadn't really used it in a while, and then recently used it again, and that's why I'm decluttering it, because it broke me out. I think in the past I didn't realize it was breaking me out just because I used to break out so often. It has vitamin E, and if you have been here on my page before, you know me, and vitamin E don't like each other, and it always causes me to break out. So I'm decluttering this Dr. Brandt Hydrobiotic Recovery Sleeping Mask. This is a new favorite. This is an ordinary niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. I got this in my Sephora advent calendar, and this was the first time I was using like a dedicated niacinamide product. I looked it up, and some of the claims are enhancing skin brightness, improve texture, reduce excessive oil, and strengthen the skin's moisture barrier. And I will say I really noticed a difference in my skin texture and the amount of oil. I was actually like saying to some of my friends the other day that I found that my skin like wasn't as oily, and I was almost starting to become more combo-ish, which is crazy because I've always had oily skin, and I didn't realize it until I was looking at the description, and like niacinamide is literally meant to help with oily skin. So I think it was all this. I really did notice a difference in my skin. Up until this month has been really good and calm recently, and I actually did notice a difference that like I stopped using it just because I like hadn't had the chance to go out and repurchase it, and my skin texture was definitely not as nice. So I was very impressed, especially because the ordinary is very affordable. So I've already repurchased it, and even the bigger bottle, and the bigger bottle is like $11. So highly recommend checking this out. Can you guess what product this is? Oh, my ring light just died. But yeah, can you guess what product this is? I bet you can't, because all of the packaging has flaked off. This is the Origins Ginseng Vitamin C Eye Cream. And I really did enjoy the actual eye cream inside, but I did not enjoy the packaging, because every single time I used it, the label would flake off, so I'd get little orange bits everywhere. The actual eye cream had this like orange tinge to it, like peachy tinge, which actually did help with the look of dark circles. It wasn't a long-lasting effect like using a color corrector, but it still was like subtle. Actually surprised. Usually I'm pretty indifferent towards ice cream, but I did enjoy this one. I did read online at Sephora that apparently they are changing their packaging because there has been a lot of other user complaints about this. So I might wait a little bit until I like know for certain that I can get the new package, but I would consider buying this again. Okay, and then finally we have 2 body products. This one is a declutter as well. This is a Salt and Stone Santal and Vetiver mini shampoo deodorant. I got this as my Sephora advent calendar, and I'm decluttering it because it has dried up. I can't use it anymore. I tried the other day and it would not rub on my armpit. I'm just not a huge fan, and I think that is why I didn't really use it very often, and it is now expired. If you know me, I am tried and true to my Old Spice deodorants because the girl actually really likes an antiperspirant. I find with natural deodorants a lot of times, but specifically these Salt and Stone ones, the scent is very strong. Like you're gonna smell like Santal and Vetiver, which is not my favorite scent to wear. It does not complement my perfumes. So I just found that whenever I wore it, I like really smelled like that. It's just like the scent is trying to overpower any like BO that you have instead of like preventing it. I also don't like, this is like one of those like creamy deodorants. I prefer more of a gel because I find that the like creamy white deodorant kind of like pills underneath my armpit. So long story short, I did not like this. I will not be repurchasing. Okay, and final product, and I have such exciting news about this. So this is a Tree Hut Vanilla Whipped Shea Body Butter, and if you know me, this is one of my favorite body butters. I don't talk about it very often because I don't use it very often. I talk about it when I do like favorites and stuff, but just because for a really long time you couldn't get this in Canada. So I would like savor it and only use it on special occasions. The vanilla whip scent is very gourmand, very sweet. So if you don't like really sweet stuff, you will not like this, but it literally tastes like vanilla frosting. But as well, the like texture on the skin is just incredible. My skin feels so soft after I use it. It just absorbs so easily into the skin, and I love a vanilla scent because it kind of like fades, so it's just very subtle vanilla, and vanilla complements really well with a lot of my perfumes I like to wear. I mean, vanilla perfume is one of my favorites to wear. So I absolutely love the tree hat, and I literally have like a stockpile. Like I finished this one and I had one more left, and then recently I was looking the other day in Shoppers and they're now available in Canada. They only had the scrubs for a while, but now they're starting to bring their body lotions to Canada, so I'm very excited because now I can use it more often and don't have to worry about not being able to get another one. So if you haven't tried it, you haven't smelled it, like I said, it is very sweet, but if you like really sweet, then you will absolutely love the Tree Hat Vanilla. Those are all the products I finished in September. Let me know in the comments if you tried any of these products and what you thought about them. Let's talk about my October beauty empties. October was a really good month for me. In really exciting news, I have 5 beauty empties, so let's talk about those first. I have 2 discontinued foundations, so I won't really stay long here. This is a Bite Beauty one. Rest in peace, Bite Beauty. This is an e.l.f. one. I really was loving the Bite one. This was like my everyday work foundation. This e.l.f. one I used a lot when I was traveling, but near the end it wasn't that great. Finished both of these and I got a new foundation because I'm kind of trying to do like 2 out, 1 in with my face products. Next we have a concealer, and this is not discontinued. This is a Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer. Maybe not discontinued. They don't sell it at Sephora anymore, but it's still on their website. It was a good everyday concealer. Had a natural finish, medium but buildable coverage, and I had a pretty decent wear time. I have decided to purchase a different concealer. We've got another discontinued makeup product. It takes me so long to get through my makeup products. They all discontinued. But this is a Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder. See, I really used it up. And I replaced this with a Maybelline one. And my final makeup product is actually a declutter. This is the same mascara, 101 Lengthening and Lifting. It just wasn't performing as well as I wanted to. And also the cap is starting to flake off. So I just decided to get rid of it. It is a lengthening and lifting mascara, like the name suggests, has pretty good separation. Only complaint is that it doesn't really hold a curl very well, and that's like usually my issue. I won't be repurchasing this. I got 1 hair product. Pretty sure last month I had the conditioner and now I have the shampoo. I wouldn't be surprised if I finish the conditioner pretty soon. If you have seen any of my empties, you know that the Maui shampoo and conditioner is what I use. Sulfate, silicone free, and affordable. I love this line. Now we have 3 skincare empties. Up first, this is a scrub. This is a Fenty Beauty Cherry Dub Superfine Face Scrub. Wouldn't be a surprise that this discontinues soon. It's on the Sephora website. It's still on the Fenty Beauty website, but I did see it in Winners, and usually that's a sign that they're going to discontinue a product. I can kind of understand why. It was really a pain to remove. I found that the like beads and scrub just like didn't want to come on my face, so I used it in the shower. You know, the shower helps take everything off. But I also found it a pain in the shower because this has a red tint to it. I found it just left red streaks all over my white bathroom. The cherry scent is also super artificial too, so it just overall wasn't my favorite scrub. Up next we have a vitamin C. This is the Pharmacy 10% Waterless Vitamin C Serum. I don't know what my brain was thinking when I saw waterless. I did not put 2 and 2 together that this would be a very oily serum. Consistency wasn't my favorite, but I didn't hate it enough that I wanted to return it. I'll be repurchasing it. I just don't really like a very oily serum. Halfway through my routine, I find that it takes forever because you kind of need to wait for it to sink into the skin before you can put on the next step. And I also just find it wasn't the most effective vitamin C. Ending off with a high note, this is the Vichy Mineral 89 serum. It's like their hyaluronic acid serum. I was shopping during an Amazon Prime sale and needed hyaluronic acid, and this is one of the few ones that were on a sale. A little more expensive than I usually like to pay, but it was still really good, and you get the glass bottle, so I understand the price. The hyaluronic acid was really good, helped plump my skin, absorbed easily and quickly. I would definitely recommend, maybe if it was like on a really good sale in the future, I would pick it up. And those were my October empties. Let me know in the comments if you tried any of these products before. I'm very late this month, but let's do our product empties. We're going in random order. I'm just pulling stuff out of the bag. Can you guess how many months this can lasted? 5 months. Never let the men in your life discover hairspray. They're gonna go through it so quick. Another product I go through really quickly, my shampoo and conditioner. This month we just have conditioner. This is a Maui brand. I specifically like the Curl Quench, the orange bottle. It is sulfate silicone free and affordable. It's my favorite. Another repurchase. This is a Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This is the third bottle I finished this year. It's just like my everyday toner. It makes such a difference with my texture. Highly recommend. Two more repurchases. This is the insert of the Glow Recipe Cloudberry Bright Moisturizer. If you saw my Sephora haul, I bought like an insert. So I just buy the refillable one. Honestly, I'm very picky about my night creams, and this one is really good, so I just keep on repurchasing it. Same with my daytime moisturizer. This is a Bioma moisturizing gel cream. It's not too thick, but it's hydrating still, doesn't break me out, does a really good job, and I like the packaging, so I've already repurchased it. Okay, let's finish up the skincare. This was not a repurchase, but I always like to have these little samples. This is a Sunny Riley Good Genes Lactic Acid. I really do enjoy this serum, but it's very expensive, so I will not be repurchasing it anytime soon, just because I have some other products that are similar that I want to use up, but I am considering buying it again in the future. My skin prefers lactic over glycolic acid. I really like to combine this with a physical exfoliant, so I'll physically exfoliate first and then go with the lactic acid, and it just makes my skin so smooth. Yeah, if anyone knows a good dupe of this product, let me know. And then this is the Inkyless Caffeine Eye Cream. If you know anything about me, you know that like me and eye creams have a weird relationship. I do like to use them because I do need something hydrating for my under eyes. They're actually the only dry part of my face, but I find that I don't really notice any other claims. Like, they hydrate, but I don't notice any difference with fine lines or darkness under my eyes or puffiness. Like, because of that, I usually don't like to get very expensive eye creams. This is a good affordable mid-range one. I do like the packaging. I prefer a squeezy tube over like a tub. I would consider purchasing it again in the future. I actually did try the Inkyless other eye cream, the retinol one, and that one was not good. It was way too strong for my under eyes, so I've switched to a different one, but I would consider getting this again in the future. A product that I have repurchased for the first time, this is the Nutrius Brazilian Body Butter Cream. I got this at Walmart. I'd posted a video of me like seeing if it was a dupe for the Sol de Janeiro one, and I wouldn't say it's like an exact dupe. The scents are different, the texture is amazing, and I still really do like the scent of this. I am also someone who like, I only like to use my expensive body lotions on like special occasions, so I like having this more affordable similar version for using more every day. It absorbs really easily into the skin, smells really good, is more affordable. I think it was like 14 bucks, so I've already repurchased it. And now we have 3 makeup products. Let's talk about this one. If you've watched some of my Get Ready With Me's, you might have recognized this. This is a Revlon Prime Plus Brightening Plus Skin Tone Evening Makeup Skincare Primer. I was on like a Project Pan mission with this one because I've had it for a very long time, which is why I'm surprised that it's not discontinued. Usually when I've had products for a while, it's like gets discontinued, but this is still kicking around. This is supposed to brighten even your skin tone and give you like a glow. I definitely see the like glow. I found whenever I wore it underneath my foundation, definitely looked glowy. The skin tone evening was like meh. It had like a yellow color to it, so it kind of like just added a little bit of a yellow all over your skin. It was a fine primer. I really like the pump. I love a good pump. It did something, didn't do nothing, but it wasn't like unnoticeable, like wow, this makes such an improvement in my makeup. So for that reason, I'll not be repurchasing, also because I have a ton of primers. So we have eyeliner. This company doesn't exist anymore, so I won't stay too long, but it was just like my black eyeliner, and I was just noticing the last couple of times that I was using it that it's starting to like dry out, look very faded. I am getting rid of it, and I got a Sephora collection one instead. And finally, this is a Nude Sticks, what are you called? It is the Nude Sticks Brow Set Gel XL, and I'm getting rid of it because it's broken. I don't know if you can see, the neck of the tube is now separated and it's stuck, so it's not a proper seal anymore, and you can't like scrape off the edge. I've also had this for years and years at this point. I can't remember how long, so it's probably just time to get rid of it. This does seem to be a common issue based on reviews I was reading on Sephora, but like I said, I've had this for years, so it also could just be like wear and tear. I did really enjoy this brow gel. It wasn't too stiff, like crunchy, but it still held the brow hairs in place. I also love supporting Canadian brands, but I do have some other brow gels in my collection that I don't feel like I need another one. So at this time, I'm not going to repurchase, but I definitely would consider again in the future. That's it for now. That's all of my November product empties. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these products before. Let's talk about my December product empties. Also, I'm going to a Leafs game after this. That's why I'm dressed like this. Not a lot of products this month. Let's start with the 2 hair products I have. This is a Raw Sugar Healing Power Hair Mask. I had used this once before and I was too lazy to find another mask, so I just picked this up again. It is affordable at the drugstore. That's why I got it, but I don't really notice much of a difference using this and using my regular conditioner. And that's the thing, if I'm going to use a hair mask, I want it to make a difference. So for that reason, I decided to purchase another one. But it smells really good. The other hair product I have is another drugstore. This is a Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Fizz-Free Curl Mousse. This isn't a bad mousse. I just want something else. This is more of like a foamy mousse than like a very thick and whipped mousse. For that reason, I think this would be better for someone who has a more defined hair pattern already and just want like a little bit of something. It did leave my hair feeling really soft, but it just didn't have enough hold for me. By the second day, my hair was basically straight. It's not bad, but I won't be repurchasing it. Okay, we got 3 skincare products. First, I finished a Hero Cosmetic Mighty Patch. I've gone through so many of these boxes. Also, I am planning to do like a 2025 in review of all my product empties. I definitely think this is going to be up there as one of my most emptied products. These are the invisible ones. My skin has been pretty good lately, but in December, I've definitely broke out, so I was using these and finished it up. I love pimple patches because I have a very bad problem at wanting to touch and pop my pimples, so it helps get out all the gunk without me touching it. Next, we have my cleanser. This is a Caudalie Vena Pure Purifying Gel Cleanser. This is in the rotation of one of my favorite cleansers. It does a really good job of cleaning my skin, especially with the salicylic acid, without leaving me feel too stripped. It sets up really nice. It smells really nice. I like the squeezy tube and the gel consistency. Overall, it is just one that I will definitely reach for again. I got something else on sale during Black Friday. Highly recommend this one. Final skincare product. This was my hyaluronic acid. This is the My Ingredients hyaluronic acid serum. I don't know if anyone has heard of the brand. I had it before. I was just strolling through Shoppers looking for an affordable hyaluronic acid and picked this one up. But it is made in South Korea, so that's good. This was under $10 if I remember correctly. I think that you can get a good affordable hyaluronic acid. It's just you need to wipe your face to really see very good results. This one was really good. It was like very simple though. It's just hyaluronic acid, but it definitely left my face feeling very plump and hydrated, especially in the winter. Was loving this. I think some other good affordable ones are like The Ordinary and Good Molecules as one. I just picked up the Good Molecules one, but I definitely would consider getting this again in the future, especially if it's on sale. And then the final product, if you watched my Sephora advent calendar, I already mentioned this, but I decided to declutter my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I find that brow gels are one of those products where I'm just like, I can't tell when this expires. I assume at some point it's expired and you shouldn't use it anymore, but I can't remember when I actually got this. But since I got a new one in my advent calendar, I was like, you know what, I'll get rid of this one and start a new one. I'm also not the best person to review brow gels because I don't really look for a lot. I really just wanted to like set my brows in place and not look too crazy. I'm not looking for a very like fluffy or laminated brow. As you can see, my brows are pretty simple. I have pretty good brows. I like this one. It's got a pretty big wand compared to some other ones, but it's pretty easy to use. It's clear, so you don't have to worry about a white cast or anything like that. It isn't too crunchy. And as I mentioned, I already have another one, so I don't need to repurchase. That is it for my December empties. Pretty small, pretty quick. Like I mentioned, stay tuned for like a roundup of all of the different products that I emptied in 2025. Let me know, what was your most emptied product? What did you go through the most? Was it like shower gel? Was it pimple patches? Was it moisturizer? Let me know in the comments. I kept track of all of the products that I finished in 2025. So let's talk about my most finished beauty, skincare, all of that jazz. Let's talk about what I finished the most in 2025. Starting off with the product categories, this was kind of a surprise for me, but I actually finished 16 makeup products. I really thought I didn't go through makeup that much, but apparently I did, and specifically I finished 6 mascaras. I'm really good at decluttering mascara. The next most used category was body lotions. Love my body lotions. I finished 8 different ones in 2025. Next, we have face moisturizers at 7 different face moisturizers. I think this is high because I do use a different one for morning and night. I also finished 7 shampoo and conditioners. Most of them are the same. I'll talk about that more in a second. And then tied at 5 each, I finished 5 different cleansers, 5 different hyaluronic acids, and 5 different eye creams. And an honorable mention is I finished 2 different perfumes this year, which is pretty good since I have a lot of different perfumes, but I think both of them were rollerballs. Now moving on to the items that I repurchased and emptied the most. We're gonna go bottom to top. So the Glow Recipe Cloudberry Moisturizer and the Bioma Moisturizing Gel, those were 2 and 3 respectively, and they definitely are my favorite daytime and nighttime moisturizers, and I'm currently using both of them. Up next, we have the Paula's Choice Toner. I finished 4 bottles in 2025, and I'm on to the next one. We have my shampoo and conditioner, which is a Maui brand. I use a Curl Quench, which is an orange bottle, and 5 out of the 7 shampoos and conditioners I finished were the Maui ones. And that is shampoo and conditioner, not shampoo or conditioner. And then coming in at the top, pause this video, put it in the comments if you can guess what my most finished product was in 2025. If you guessed the Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patches, you are correct. I counted 11 in my notes, and there might actually have been more because sometimes I would just write it once and I had a couple of boxes. If you know me, I love my Mighty Patches. They are the best acne pimple patch in my opinion, so I used a lot of them in 2025. Let me know in the comments what product you finished the most in 2025.